What's up, Peace Giant fans? Just wanted to do the mock draft that I had. Um, I just wanted to show it to y'all. I promised y'all that, so I'll try to keep my word, even though I'm a day late. I know. So let's get into it. All right. For some reason, my TV is on the fritz, so I'm I'm gonna have to do this on the tablet. I don't know what's going on with my TV. And I'm building up enough viewership, so I can do it proper and have the computer screens and everything. But just be patient with me. Just bear with me. But we'll make it happen. All right. All right. Let's get into it. As you see, I already have the mock draft set up, and I already have it on the the draft website. So it's actually pulling all of the info off of the not draft tech, but the mock draft database that everybody's using. This is cheaper and it's free. So, I don't have the viewership yet that y'all have, so I gotta go with what's cheaper. I can't be paying for memberships and all of that just to do an NFL draft. All right. As you see, I already picked the Giants as my team, and so we'll start it. And what we'll do is we'll go through the picks. Now what I try to do is okay, that's a little bit better for y'all. So what I try to do is when I make a trade, I try to keep the trade within like 10 points. If I'm trading a player, then it could be about 20 points difference. So Baltimore, the Chargers are too far back. Baltimore is too far back. Seattle is definitely far back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a trade, and we're going to trade with the Brownies. And what we're going to do here is we're going to move up. So let me see. Okay, there we go. So I don't know why. Okay. And then we want the 6 from the Browns. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Alrighty. And as you see, the Browns are accepting this trade, but nah, we don't want that. So we want pick 107 and we want pick 146. Now that's keeping it within our 10-point range. Okay. Now as you see, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. So, Cleveland once more. This favors the Giants. Now, if we go for 149 and be greedy, that's going to be too much. And I want to try to keep all of our picks. Oh, wow. Gee, I messed up. Okay. So this is what I'm working on. Now, as you see, we only have, for next year, we only have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's try to get a 7 in there and sweeten it up. See if we could sweeten it up a little bit. Okay. So we're still within our 10 point grace. We're not trading a player because with the players, I try to keep it within 20 because it doesn't actually adjust for the player. But right now, we're just doing pick swaps. So right now, we're trading our 3 6s for a 4 and a 5 and a 7 to move back one spot. Okay? All right. So, let's force that. And you see the Browns have accepted, and they've taken Spencer Fano. All right. So, let's see what other trades we got. Okay. So, Cincinnati is offering us the 10th pick, and a 72, and a move up from 145 to 110. Now that's interesting. That's interesting. And we're still within our 10-point range. Vegas and Baltimore, I'm not even going to look at. But this is another thing I'm going to try to do. I want to see what Kansas City is willing to offer. So let's look at the Chiefs. We're not going to be able to get that first round pick from them. So I'm not even going to try. But I do like their 3rd rounder. And that's within range. That is within range. Now, can we also get pick 109? Now that's taking it out where it's almost a 40-point difference. So we would have to throw a player in there. But I don't think a player is going to sweeten it. Now, we can stay with Kansas City, or we can go with now Kansas City. We had, so they're offering 1072 and 110, and oh shoot, damn it. And I think Kansas City, we was able to get a pick swap for the first round and their 3rd. So, I'm looking at maybe we can go and we can do I'm looking at maybe we could do Baltimore. Yeah. Because we're moving up. And Baltimore is within our 10-point range, as you see. I mean, Cincinnati is. I'm sorry. So, now, we're at number 10. Now, we still got Jeremiah Love on the board. We still got Makai Lemon, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Jordan Tyson, who is an intriguing prospect. The only thing I don't know about Jordan Tyson is if his medical clears. It's surprising that he's ranked 13th on this big board here. Because Jordan Tyson was definitely a top 10 pick. Now, you also got to remember Jordan Tyson has had injuries, and playing on turf at that Meadowlands, I don't know, man. I think you're asking for it. So, if we look at the Dolphins might mess around. Now, the Dolphins aren't looking at a linebacker here. I know the Cowboys would love Sonny Styles. Now, do we gamble with the Dolphins for an extra pick, or do we take that linebacker because we don't know what the Dolphins will do? It says that the Dolphins want a corner a edge, a quarterback, a wide receiver, a safety, and a tackle. So, and that's what I like about this, because this draft, this draft simulation gives you the team needs. You know, and it tries to list it as realistically as possible. So, let's go to the Dolphins, and let's go with a pick swap, and let's see if we could get number 90 from them. Pick number 90. Ooh, that's a little too rich for their blood. Okay, no, not a problem, not a problem. So we can go 411, and with a 10-point swing, that's 379. So right now, it ain't even worth, in my opinion, it's not even worth moving back, because I want to keep it as realistic as possible. So the Dolphins, okay, fine. We're not going to mess with that. We're going to take the player that best suits our needs, and I think that's Sonny Styles. I do like Caleb Downs here, but there was a report about Caleb Downs having a degenerative thing in his knee. I don't know how true that is. But I think with what the Giants are trying to do right now, I think Sonny Styles is the pick for them. Because if you take Sonny Styles and you pair him with Tremaine Edmonds, that's a rock solid thing right there. And the Dolphins wound up taking Jamad McCoy. You see the Cowboys took Caleb Downs. The Jets actually took Jordan Tyson. Okay. Jeremiah Love, wow, he went all the way to 18. I want to see what the Eagles do, because I got them taking Kenyon Sadiq. Yeah, they took Kenyon Sadiq. So that's a good pick for them. And I also wanted to take Sonny Styles because, you know, running the simulation, the Eagles were taking Kenyon Sadiq. Kenyon Sadiq is a beast. And we need somebody with speed that could run sideline to sideline and run with him deep. And Sonny Styles has that ability. So now you see we're at pick 37. And okay, sorry about that. Screen went off. We're at pick 37. Now we have a defensive lineman here. We got a corner. We got an interior. Okay. But there's a guy here that I want. And he's rated at pick 55. And that's Malachi Fields. Now this is going off of the Giants actually running Malik Nabers in the slot, which is also what I'm basing this off of. Now, the Eagles don't need a wide receiver. Neither do the Chargers. I don't want to trade with the Eagles because, you know, that's not my cup of tea. But and the backup plan is Ted Hurst. So we got, ooh, wow, Chicago. They're offering us 2 second-round picks. Okay. Jacksonville is offering us 56 and 81. I like that. That's an even trade. Denver is too far back. So it's either Chicago or Jacksonville. I like that Jacksonville. I like that Jacksonville pick. The pick swap, and then we get 2 extra picks. Because picks are premium, especially in this draft. But I like what Chicago is offering too, bro. I mean, they offering us 2 seconds, B. Wow. But that's at 57. The receivers that I want are probably going to be gone. Yeah, so that's a gamble, man. That's a gamble, but I like it. Let's see something. Okay, let's check our picks. So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7. Okay. Now, if we do, okay. So I'm gonna do the Chicago pick. Because I think that's I just wow. I'm gonna do the Chicago pick, man. And it's 190. Oh, that slightly favors Chicago. Okay. All right, let's see this. Let's do Chicago. And the Bears. Oh, no. The Bears. Now, why does it say Chicago once more? It favors the Giants. But when I looked at it the other way, oh, okay, I forgot. They had pick 110. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. So, let's see if we could squeeze 129 out of that deal. Okay. Now, that's slightly out of our 10-point range. Because if we give it to 10 points, that's 201. And the Giants are at 203. That's slightly out of our range. Okay. So, what we could do is we can pick a player and see it's already updated with Patrick Ricard and, Isaiah Hodgins, Isaiah Likely, John Illuminor, you know what I mean? So we can do this. We can say, take Jalen Hyatt, I mean, it's just a throw-in, you know what I mean? Or, because it's only 2 points. So, maybe they don't want Jalen Hyatt, but we're going to offer them Jalen Hyatt. And, that's going to be accepted, and that's cool. All right. Oh, Chase Basantis. I was looking at him. Okay. All right. That was kind of rough. I was definitely looking at him because I wanted to replace John Runyon. Yeah. And Emmanuel Pregnon. Ouch. Yeah, that was kind of rough. Yeah, this might come back and bite us, bro. This might definitely come back and bite us. Okay, well, it looks like we're looking good. Okay, now we got Chris Bell and we also got Malachi Fields. Now, Malachi Fields is 6'4", Chris Bell is 6'2". Now, Chris Bell is your version of A.J. Brown. 6'2", 220 pounds. He runs a 4.4. The thing about him is he's coming off of an ACL. So, what does that mean for us? Okay. I wanted Lee Hunter, but as you see, he went 2 spots ahead. Freaking Chargers. God dog it. But you got AJ Halsey here, who I like. And I also like Connor Lew. So I'm going to take Chris Bell. Okay. Or, we could go with Malachi Fields. Malachi Fields is not a burner, but if you look at him, he always gets open. And the thing about Chris Bell, he's coming off of an ACL. I don't know about having 2 guys coming off of ACL injuries, because we need somebody that could start right now. Okay. We need somebody that could start right now. So I'm going to take Malachi Fields, believe it or not, because he doesn't have any injury concerns. And with Malik, you're going to take your time with him. Okay. You're not going to rush him back early. So I'm going to take Malachi Fields here, and I'm going to pass on Chris Bell. I might regret it. And I know a lot of y'all are like, what are you doing? But at 6'4", 220 pounds, Malachi Fields is a nightmare, bro. He's a nightmare. No corner can match his physicality off the line of scrimmage. So I think that's the way to go. And Chris Bell, it's just the injury, man. Because if that's the case, I would have took Jordan Tyson if I wasn't worried about injuries. So we're going to go Malachi Fields here. All right. Now, remember, we got another pick coming up. Now, see, Chris Bell went right immediately to the San Francisco 49ers. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. So let's see what somebody else is offering. The Bears is offering another. Buffalo, Denver. Now the Bears are offering us pick 89. So it's basically a pick swap, 110 and a 4th rounder. Now we already have a 4th rounder for next year. So let's go and let's look. Let's go. Now we have pick 72. So we can afford to say, look, we have pick 72. Now, if we add pick 89, and then we'll have another pick. So it'll be 72, 89. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So that's 8 picks. Now, I like Eli Stowers. I really do. I like him. Because right behind Kenyon Sadiq, he was the next best tight end rated. I do like AJ Halsey, but tight end is not a glaring need for us. You do have Connor Lew. Okay, you have Connor Lew there. Connor Lew is a stud. But I'm looking at another offensive lineman. I'm looking for a swing tackle because we have a swing guard. And that's Marcus Bowe. So, you got Keelan Rutledge. Keelan Rutledge is not going to last. He's not going to last until 72. There's no way. And I like Keelan Rutledge. Now, are you going to take Keelan Rutledge at pick 70? That might be too high. But if you look at the draft board, you got the Rams who are looking at him. Well, they might go Keelan Rutledge or they might go Tiernan. You got the Broncos. They might go EJ Stowers. They have that position a little bit higher rated. You have the Patriots. Now, they'll definitely be looking at Keelan Rutledge. So I think you got to go Keelan Rutledge here, bro. I think you got to go Keelan Rutledge here. It's high, but I think you got to go Keelan Rutledge here, because you got to solidify that offensive line in the middle at the guard positions. You got Jermaine Illuminor, you got Andrew Thomas. I think they're going to run it back with John Michael Schmitz. They did, and the problem is they lost Schlotman. So you lost your backup center. Now you can take a backup center later and still, oh my God, that's my dog. Kratos, calm down. That's my dog. I'm so sorry about that. Hush. Okay, so, that's kind of rough. That's kind of rough, Giant fans. That's kind of rough. That is kind of rough. I'm gonna play the odds, and I'm gonna go Keelan Rutledge, just because of the fact that we need a guard. And I don't want to start Marcus Bowe. I think Marcus Bowe is the perfect swing guy, because you could swing him at tackle. He's played every position except for center last year. So I'm going to go Keelan Rutledge, because I think you could put him instantly and put him at right guard. And now that right guard spot is solidified if you keep John Runyon, which it looks like the Giants might do. So I'm going to take Keelan Rutledge here. It's a little bit high, but I'm going to take Keelan Rutledge. Okay. Tiernan went. So did Eli Stowers, which I just mentioned. Josiah Trotter. That's a good one. Oh, AJ Halsey. Okay. Now that's why I was thinking about falling, but he didn't exactly fall to us. Okay. So now, all right, we in the money right now. Okay, we got Connor Lew. Okay. So Connor Lew is still there. Okay. So I think right now you have to take Connor Lew. He's the highest rated player on the board, and he fills a need. So especially if John Michael Schmitz falters or anything. Now I do like Elijah Surratt, and I like Grayson Holton. The only thing about Grayson Holton is he's light, and we drafted a light defensive tackle with Darius Alexander the year before. So I don't think they want another light defensive tackle. I think they're looking at a 320-pound guy, maybe could add on another 10 pounds of muscle and be 330 and help plug up that middle so the linebackers could roam. I really wanted AJ Halsey, but now that Connor Lew is there, I think you take Connor Lew. Okay. So right now, our offensive line is looking solid, bro. Solid. Ouch. We lost to Cario Davis. Dang, he went early to the Falcons. Wow. He went early. Trayden Stukes, they got him listed as a corner, but at the combine, they had him listed as safety. Julian Neal is listed at corner here, but he's more of a safety. But Trayden Stukes has the speed, so I don't know. He might stay at corner, or they might play him as safety in the NFL. I think that's a crapshoot. All right. So it looks like the wide receiver that I want is going to be there. Okay, he's there. So this is the guy that I want, Mr. Ted Hurst. Now, the problem is the Falcons fucked us and they took Tacario Davis because I wanted to go Ted Hurst, Tacario Davis. But, you know, they gave us the sausage. All right, now look at this. We got Sonny Styles, Malachi Fields, Keelan Rutledge, and Connor Lew. Connor Lew's a steal at pick 72. He really is. So we got 4 more picks left. Okay? We got 4 more picks left. So let's see what the trade is. Oh, that's too late. No. Nah, that's too late. Now, this is the thing. We could go Caldwell. Okay? We could go Caldwell. Now, we could go Devin Moore. Devin Moore is a good, young, active corner, long arms. The only thing about Devin Moore is he does have injury concerns. But you also have Tim Keenan on the board. All right, you got Dante Corleone. They call him the Dancing Bear at 6'1", 320 pounds from Cincinnati. But this is the guy that I'm really looking at. Chris McClellan. I'm really looking at this dude from Missouri. He has everything you need as a run-stopping defensive tackle. He's got size. The only thing is, you know, playing in the Big 12, you know, they question his, okay, let's look at his profile and I'll let you see that for itself. Okay. McClellan is highly valued for his stack and shed strength and heavy-handed approach that allows him to disrupt both run and pass plays effectively. Some analysts suggest he could further refine his pad level and snap anticipation to maximize his massive frame at the professional level. Now, that's a guy I like because he can also get after the passer and he's a great run stuffer, as you read. But I think right here, you got to go Ted Hurst because you talk about 2 6'4" wide receivers and one of them runs a 4.4 in Ted Hurst. And you got Malachi Fields as your possession guy who runs a sub 4.6, you know, 5.5 range. But he makes up for it with massive size and his massive frame and catching ability. So now you also could go here because this guy is here. Let's see. Where is he? Now you got this guy, Jeff Caldwell. 6'5", 216. I saw this dude at the combine. I believe he ran a sub 4.4. He ran like a 4.44 or 4.43. Now, this is the thing with Caldwell. Caldwell is viewed as a premium contested catch artist who uses his frame and leaping ability to excel at high point situations. While he possesses impressive physical tools, he continues to refine his route running consistency and ability to generate separation against tight man coverage. Now, at 6'5", I don't see how you could play him tight. I really don't. But I'm gonna go with Ted Hurst because Ted Hurst is a great route runner. He is a good route runner, as you see right here. Scouts value his massive catch radius, refined route running, and the speed that allows him to create vertical separation as a primary offensive threat. Now, you talk about this dude on the opposite side of Malachi Fields, and you got Malik in the slot. And then you got Dalen Camber. You still got Isaiah Hodgins. I like that. So we're going to go Ted Hurst right here. Okay. Oh, wow. They took Taylor Green. Taylor Green ran like a 4.5, yo, at 220 pounds as a quarterback. That is insane. Okay. So they're offering us 108 and then 245 and 240, 246 and 245, 257. We don't need picks that late. They're offering a third. They're all Chicago. Wow, Chicago really likes us. They're offering us a 6th-round pick if we go 3 picks back. Okay. And Denver, nah, Denver I ain't messing with. So let's see, Chicago. Chicago wants a corner. They think they slick. Or they could go safety with Genesis Smith. I want Devin Moore. Yeah, I want Devin Moore. So, okay. We're going to do that trade. And we'll take a 6th-rounder for next year, for the year after. And we're going to do that. Ah, man, those sneaky bastards. They took Devin Moore. Ha, ha, ha. Ah, those sneaky bastards. I knew they was going to do that. Sneaky bastards. Okay. So right now we're at 110. Now, if you look at the Giants' needs, it's corner, kicker, which we don't need, safety, and offensive tackle. Okay. So, now, one, two, three. We got 3 picks left. Okay? We got 3 picks left. All right. So, let's look at the trade block. Dang, I really wanted Devin Moore, man. That kind of hurt me. But there's another guy I'm looking at. The Jets. Ugh. That's Tennessee, I'm sorry. Jacksonville. That's too high. The Jets are offering us 140 and a 4th. Okay. All right. So this is the thing. We got 3 picks left. Okay. We got 3 picks left and we have 3 players that I'm looking at. Okay. So one of the players I think we're pretty sure of getting. That's a guard. And that's Arnaj Adams from Texas Tech. I think we could get him at 146. I want a corner. Okay. Now the good thing is I think, like I said earlier, on my post earlier, I think the Giants are going to wait and see what they have with Deonte Banks. So I don't think they're really sweating the corner position like that. Because they haven't made a move with Deonte Banks yet. Now I could do this because I want to trade that bum so badly. Okay. All right. So let's do this. What's our next pick after 110? Our next pick after 110 is 129. Okay. All right, we could do that. We can do that. Okay. So let's go here. Let's propose a trade. Let's go here. Let's go here. And let's do bong. Bong. Okay. We're still in our 10-point range. Okay. And then we're going to get rid of this bum right here. Okay. We're going to get rid of that bum and his dropping passes ass. He is so sorry. It's not even funny. Now we're down 21 points. Now, remember, I said I wanted to keep it within 20 when they offer a player because they don't do the adjustments as far as I know. So, I like that right here. And we get rid of Darius Slayton in that contract. So, yeah. So I like that. Genesis Smith, Carson Beck, Will Lee, who's a zone corner. We're looking for man-to-man. Jacoby Lane, I like him. Joe Roya, Zane Durant. I was looking at Joe Roya before we signed Isaiah Likely. Emil Wagner, Brendan Thompson, Lewis Moore, Dalen Everett, Patrick Payton. Damon Claiborne. Oh, God, dog it. Okay. All right. So this is where we're at right now. Okay. So if you look at our picks, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10. All right. Now we're working. We're in the money a little bit. Now we need another guard, but Adams is later. We could get him later. We need a safety. I'm looking at VJ Payne, but we could get him later. Excuse me. I'm looking at a corner. This might be too early for Ephesians Prysock. Ephesians Prysock was the guy I wanted to team up with Tacario Davis, but being that it looks like the Giants are going to keep Deonte Banks for at least the start of the season, we're not that pressed for a corner. Now, we could go tackle right here. Austin Barber. We could go defensive tackle. We got the dancing bear, Dante Corleone. We also could go with Chris McClellan, who I like. Now, Dante Corleone is a beast. Okay? Corleone is known for his rare combination of size, quickness, and explosive power, which makes him nearly unblockable one-on-one and a dominant run stuffer. His primary weakness is his inconsistent motor and ability to generate pressure on obvious passing downs. Now, do we need that? Maybe no, when you got Dex playing next to him and being in a rotation with Darius Alexander and then with the three edge rushers we got. So I think Corleone and McClellan are good prospects. But I'm looking at tackle here. Now, Trey Zune, I think they're going to play him at guard in the NFL. He's 6'6", 312 pounds. I think he's going to play guard. He primarily played at left tackle, but I think they're going to play him at guard, bro. Now, okay. So, I'm going to go and I'm going to reach for Chris McClellan. Because I think you could teach Chris McClellan pad level and he can learn that from Dex. Now, we have pick 129. So what do we need on the Giants? We need interior line. Now, you also have another tackle. who we could also take here, and Cage Casey, who is a very, very good tackle. And that could be your swing tackle, which is what we need. Why isn't it working? Okay. So we could go tackle here, and he could be our swing tackle. We could get our guard here, and then we need our corner. And I mean, do we really need a safety? I don't know. I can make the argument. I can make the argument for Austin Barber. Let's see what his profile says. A multi-year starter and his powerful run blocking ability, though he needs to improve pass protection to lower the 17 total pressures. Okay, now that's I think that's a glaring weakness right there. So now Cage Casey, his draft strength includes a massive frame, excellent posture and pass protection, and refined anchor technique that consistently negates power rushers. However, scouts have pointed to his strike timing and tendency to play too upright as areas that require further development at the next level. Now, I don't think that's as bad. I think that's coachable. So I think we take Cage Casey here. All right. Now, we got our defensive tackle. We got our offensive lineman. Now, we're going to get our guard. Okay? We're going to get our guard. All right? So this is our left guard. We're going to get our right guard. And then we have Marcus Bowe. We got our swing tackle in Cage Casey. Okay? Our linebackers are solid. Our wide receivers are solid. I wanted a running back, but they took Damon Claiborne, cheeks. I hate when they do that. But, okay. So, Armaj Reed Adams. I love him. But what I think we're going to do is we're going to take Armaj Reed Adams, boom, and we're going to go corner, and we're going to take Ephesians Prysock. A lot of y'all better look up that name, brother. Okay, now this is what we got. Now this is rough. Now, if the Giants walk away with this, with the players we already got, come on, man. You gonna have a long season trying to beat these dudes, bro. A long season. Now, pick 146, we could pick somebody. We really don't need anything. Because, the line is solid. The wide receivers are solid. You could say we could draft another wide receiver just to make the wide receiver room deep. I love Jayshon Barham. I'm a Michigan man. So, but he's more of a pass rushing linebacker. He's got the speed to play and cover. He just doesn't have the experience. I like CJ Daniels. He used to play at LSU, And you know how them LSU receivers are. I don't know. Let's see what people are offering. Okay, they're offering a 4. They're offering a 4. They're offering a 4. So who we think is going to be the worst out of them? I'd say the Vegas Raiders. All right, we'll speed this up. And wow, Dante Corleone went late. And I didn't take a safety because I'm looking, I know we lost Dane Belton, but I'm looking at Javon Holland and I'm looking at Tyler Nubin. And I think Javon Holland and Paulson Adebo are going to have bounce back years. I really do. I like VJ Payne. But I think the Giants will be fine. We did lose Dane Belton, and a lot of y'all might crucify me for not taking the tight end. I mean, a safety, but I think the Giants will be fine. And I believe in Tyler Nubin, bro. I really do. I believe in Tyler Nubin. I think Tyler Nubin is a player, and I think he's really gonna bounce back and do some special things. I really do. We drafted Tyler Nubin for a reason, man. Okay, so if you look at what we did, all right. So we took Sonny Styles, Malachi Fields, Keelan Rutledge. They said was a reach. They said it was early, but the way the draft board was, he wasn't going to last until 72. We got Connor Lew at 72. He was rated as the 63rd best player in the draft. We got Ted Hurst at 105. Now, they say we did reach for Chris McClellan. They say Cage Casey was cool. And they say we reached for Ahmad Reed Adams and Ephesians Prysock. But I think Ahmad Reed Adams, I think you could plug him in right away. I think we got 2 legit guards that we could plug in on that line and they can start because of the left tackle, because of the tackle situations we have. And we also got Connor Lew, just in case anything goes wrong with John Michael Schmitz. And if we don't renew him, we got the center waiting in the wings to start. I like this draft, bro. Like I said, I know y'all might crucify me for not taking a safety, and losing Dane Belton, but I like our safeties, man. I really like them, and I think they're both going to bounce back and have a good year. And don't be surprised, do not be surprised if the Giants, because you got Greg Newsome, they re-signed Art Green. That's more of a special teams thing. Don't be surprised if they might play Deonte Banks a little bit at safety. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's a lot of ways the Giants could go. And there's players that weren't drafted. Xavier Mwamka from Iowa wasn't drafted. He's a good safety. In the box, he got a range. He needs to work on his deep half and deep middle play. But, so all isn't lost just because we didn't take a safety. We could have took a safety. We passed up to get an extra 4th round pick for 2027. So I believe we have 3 4th round picks for 2027. Or is it 2? It might be 2. And we got a 7th. But right now, if you look at this, I think this is rocking. If you're the Giants, bro. I really do. I think this is rocking. You get to play Malik in the slot. You got Sonny Styles to fill out that linebacker room. The wide receiver room is solid. The offensive line now has depth. The defensive interior now has depth. You got a legit run stopper. It ain't all on decks. And then you got Ephesians Prysock, who could play corner. So just in case you move on from Deonte Banks, you got Ephesians Prysock there, along with Greg Newsome and along with Drew Phillips and along with Paulson Adebo. So I think we're good. So that's it for me. That's my 2026 mock draft. Hope y'all liked it. I'll do another one next week. And peace and love. And I'm glad y'all took the time out to watch it. Like, subscribe, comment, please, and hit that notification button. All right. I love y'all. Peace.